Okay, welcome back. Just wanted to do a quick follow-up video on the Antoys Psycho. It's called a Psycho or Psycho, I can't remember, but it is. If you're looking for it to buy, it's not called the Clockwork Orange Alex Alexander Delarge, as is the character's name. It is for copyright reasons or licensing issues. It's called Psycho or a Psycho. And there he is with the the very phallic mask that he wears in the surprise visit with the cat lady. No, before the cat lady, the couple. Yeah, there's a rape scene if you're not familiar with the film, and they turn up in their droogie masks and commit all manners of nastiness. And it's a real horror show. If you're familiar with the film and the vernacular used, bit of ultra violence, and down to the Morocco afterwards for a quick what is it, Sentha crust or whatever the name of the milk is. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little update with the mask. Also the hat, you can see the ribbon. It is movable, so the bow was at the front. I just moved it around to the side. It's nice touch that they added it. It's an actual ribbon. I think the bow's a little bit too big, but that's just me being a little bit OCD. The knife or the dagger is plastic, but it's painted, as you can see, nicely. Looks like metal. Now I wanted to just give you a few little comparisons between the two figures. As you can see, I've got the Craftone or Craftone, however you want to pronounce it, figure here. And side by side, if I take this one off the stand and put him next to this one who's on a pretty flat stand, you can see there's quite a bit of height difference there. As you can see, the stand is one of those very flat ones. It's not really adding much to the height at all. So this one, I always thought the body was a bit too chunky, but the head sculpts are a little bit bigger as well. So I like both. I'll probably keep both, but as I said, I'll show you the differences between the two sets. Obviously, this one comes with the phallic statue, which I never really noticed before. Is a little bit anatomically incorrect. But there you go. Also comes with the bust of Beethoven. I'm trying to focus on the name tag there, but this light's bleaching out. The milk's really well done. I did make my own version using a bit of plastic tube in there, a bit of paint. So he's got this is more like what would you call it, a kid size, and there's the adult size. And again with the busts, I picked this bust up off eBay some years ago, and it's a 1/12 scale one, so again it sort of it's a little bit small, but quite like the detail on it. Little detail on this one, you may or may not be able to see the little eyelash there. The bust has got an eyelash as well, mirroring Alex, his makeup or his false eyelashes. The canes, the Craftone comes with a metal one with a kind of matte dull finish, and it's got a little chip there. And as some of the paintwork's come off, you can see the metal underneath. That's just from holding it in his hand. So at some point maybe I'll go over this and give it a touch up and a layer of gloss varnish to give it more shiny look, but I haven't been bothered. And you can see that it's got the separation Have got a custom set here that come out years ago from Rocco, painted by me, not very well, but quite like the way the eyelashes come out there. But yeah, could definitely do with a repaint. Don't know if my skills have improved much, but I could get the skin tone looking a bit better and less shiny. I think it's got a bit of varnish on there. And the eyes, they're not bad actually. The eyes, it's just the skin tone. The lips are a little bit too red, but it's a good sculpt. But I can't really use it with these figures because they come with a, you know, this type of connection. So I'd have to chop the neck off the Rocco sculpt if I was going to use it. To be honest, these ones that come with the Craft one may not be the most accurate, but depending on the lighting and say the angle you pose it, they can look very accurate indeed. If it focuses, because it's got the other stuff in the background. Yeah, I do like this film. I know Stanley Kubrick banned it after copycat type crimes, but you know, we live in much worse times now, and I don't think that film has that much of a influence on people committing copycat crimes. Maybe a cultural reference and stuff, but anyway, that's a debate for another time. Looking at the cufflinks, you got difference there. They're both red. Eyeballs. The focus is again. There you go. They're both the same. Whereas the Craft one, they're both blue. But they're done nicely, as you can see there. I think in the film one was brown and one was blue. Again, this is like a thicker corduroy. I do prefer the tailoring on this shirt, and the pants are kind of like thin cotton. And the boots, I need to heat these up and try and get them to close a bit, so that's always bugged me. Codpiece is fabric, and it's got a piece of sculpted plastic in there. Not too keen on the hands, the way they're quite hard. They've got a bit of flex to them, but they are quite hard to interchange. The body's bigger, so as a standalone piece it's okay, but it's not really in scale with other figures. The hat on one of these is detachable, because I made it detachable, but it would be nice to possibly cut that off and sculpt some real hair in there so we could sort of have it posed, sort of tipping his hat. But my sculpting skills ain't that great. Sculpting on here is quite basic. I might be able to do it. Might be able to do that, pull that off. But I do like the two head sculpts. They're very similar. I'll tip his head back. You might be able to see. The eyes on this one are looking straight ahead, whereas the eyes are off to the side here, sort of milk bar scene where he's looking at the lady to his side and tipping his hat in appreciation to her singing. So yeah, I still really like this figure, and I don't think I'll part with it. Prices on these can go from very cheap to very expensive, but yeah, it's one of those ones that I've had for quite a few years now, so I don't really want to part of it, because everything I seem to sell I seem to regret. So that's why I'm a hoarder, and I have so much clutter, and in some people's eyes not a very consistent or good quality collection, but I don't really care what other people think. I collect this stuff for my reasons, mainly nostalgia, films that I love. So some of the figures I've got are not great quality, like looking at the Rambo. I think it's made by N2 Toys. It's not a great looking figure, but it's a bit of history. Up there, look. I love me Action Man stuff. Got a custom Trevor Phillips there, made from a Dreadhead. Got Indiana Jones back there. Action Man and Batman, who is not something I really collect. But yeah, there we go. That's that. Other things on this Yan Toys one. The cod piece is fabric. I don't think there's anything plastic in there. It's just, yeah, it's just sewn. It's quite thick, quite padded, so it looks good. Looks good compared to the flatter, more sculpted one. I mean, you can make that one look good. A bit of heat, I think that would cup his package rather nicely. A bit better anyway. The braces look pretty much the same on the Craftone. They've got silver clasps. On this one, they got more of a brass gold look. I can't remember what one is more accurate to the film. The mask that comes with the Yan Toys is far more accurate than the one that comes with the Craftone. It fits the head sculpt good, but as you can see, it's a little bit less endowed than the Yan Toys. I did get this one years back and I painted that. Got that off a mate. Shout out to can't remember now. Was it Joel or Kim James? One of those, or maybe one of the same. He sent me that, and I painted it up and put a bit of elastic on it. And that actually fits the figure as well. So what other differences? The pants or trousers, they're more of a, it's not showing up on camera, but they're more of a slightly darker cream to the shirt and slightly darker than the ones on this figure. The shirt is, it's thin. It's a thin ribbed cotton, whereas this is more a slightly thicker corduroy. Not too keen on how it fits around the neck. This Yan Toys, it looks a little bit flat at the back and then creased in here. Bit of futzing, maybe could get that to sit a bit better, sit a bit more down around the neck. Yeah, that could be easily sorted. Bits falling off it. The base is nice on this one, and also the boots. I do prefer these boots. You know, don't really need laces and stuff. Sculpted boot works just as well. They're quite rigid. There's no articulation in the toe or anything, but there isn't on the other ones either, really. Knocking shit down there. He's lost his milk. He's lost his bottle. I say this sculpture is a nice addition. I think a few figures did come with this. I'm not sure if the Rain Man one did at one point. I know Rain Man did the Lucy statue, which was an amazing piece. If you want to check that out, you can find that on their Darth Magnus's channel. Really spectacular piece, that. I wish I had one of those, but never going to happen. I don't think any company is ever going to attempt making something like that, that really is a true work of art. That I know a lot of people get hung up on the figures, and I'm not going to get into that. But that's, I say, I don't want to ruffle any more feathers than I have. I've got my opinions. They're well documented on my channel. You can check out videos back in my history. My thoughts on their 1/6 scale custom figures, and my thoughts on recent videos. You can check those out. But you know, when it comes down to figures and prices and recasting and all that sort of stuff, everybody has an opinion, and everyone like an arsehole, and everyone stinks unless they sort of align with yours. Everyone's allowed their opinion. Doesn't matter if you've got a bunch of NECA figures, a bunch of bloody Playmobil figures, a bunch of Hot Toys, customs, wooden toys made out of lollipop sticks. It doesn't make no difference what you have, what the monetary value of the collection is, or the aesthetically pleasing value. You know, I think certain companies need to do better. I think this is definitely an improvement on this, and that's basically what this video is about. Anything else is just people flexing their ego. I'm very fortunate to have what I have, and some people might not have as much as I have, or they might have more, or they might have less, but worth more. I might just be the biggest hoarder of crap and recast tat. If that makes you feel better, makes you sleep better at night, that's fine by me. It doesn't affect me. I don't care who has more than me or less than me, or the monetary value. Some pieces like that Lucy, oh my god, I wish I could have that, but I'm not gonna get pissed about it or jealous, or you know, if I wanted it, I could get it. I could sell shit, and I would make it my life's work to get it, but I can just admire it and be happy with that. There's certain figures that I'd love to get, and again, if I really wanted them, I would have them already. So it's nice to have things that you would like to get, because if you get everything, then you get, like I am, a bit overwhelmed with the amount of stuff. If you can't sell it, or you can't bear to let things go, then you become overwhelmed, and it's just, you can't appreciate what you do have. So yeah, there's a lesson there for myself, and there's a lesson there for all of us, really. Gotta go. More shit at the door. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.